you think there's any negative trends with this sort of new online kind of, as you say, it's still relationship based, right? Like I go to the online classes of people like be in Jim Tarrant, who are the two teachers who live in Brighton, who I go to, you know, in normal times, right? Occasionally I've tried a few others and I've branched out, and I got, you know, Max Strom's online thing, and I've got a couple of other online ones, but mostly I've just gone to the teachers that I had a relationship with. I've gone to their Zoom classes, and people build relationships with teachers on YouTube. It's still relationship based, right?
Well, it is still that, you know, I suppose it's all about that person that can bring you, that can help you regulate your nervous system, that can bring you in a really relaxed state. And not everybody can do that for you. And that is a relationship, but it's also a connection that you just feel, and you're going to have to find that person. And once you find that person, why the hell would you let go?
The other thing that changes is scalability, though, right? Because instead of having 1,000 teachers with 10 students, now we can have 10 teachers with 1,000 students. So the scalability is that changed things, right? If people are either very good or very specialized, like if you live in a town, like specialization is quite difficult in a town, unless like Brighton Royal is, it has 2,000 yoga teachers. Most towns, like my sister lives in Peterborough, right? Maybe it's a small city in the east of England. Maybe there's 50 yoga teachers. You can't specialize that deeply, but now with the internet, you could become very specialist and have a real niche, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's beautiful. And I think you just have to trust it, don't you? You just really have to. I really do believe, I mean, maybe not in every situation, but if you can just find what you're good at and where your love lies, what makes you, how do you call it? Turns
you on, makes you shine.
Yeah, makes you shine. Then and you specialize in that. I really do believe that people will find you that have that can learn from you, because that's it, isn't it? I think you only learn from someone if you like that person, if there is a relationship, because I can be the most specialized person in, I don't know, whatever, and you can come to me for that, but we don't have a click, you're not going to learn it from me. There's no way that you're going to take it on. And you'll find that person, that other person. So even when you specialize, even when you're super good and you know how to put yourself out there on the internet, you're still not going to get the whole world to follow you, because not everybody's going to.
No one's going to click.
No, and thankfully for that, because we've got so many people. So there's so.
That's okay, right? Like I always say, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. People either say you're refreshing or I'm never coming to your class again.
Exactly.
You know, it's one of the two.
Yeah.
So it's good if it's okay.
Yeah, because then we all have a chance, and we all have a chance to sort of find the people that we gel with, no matter how specialized or wonderful one person can be. Yeah, it's.
And do you think sort of post-COVID, let's hope that happens sometime next year, perhaps it starts the kind of the lockdowns that are happening now start to ease. Do you think that a lot of people won't go back to studios? Or because I still kind of want to, I'm doing less yoga now because there was something about going to the place and the people, and I feel less motivated to do it in my own home, even though some of my teachers are doing classes. You know, what do you think will happen? Kind of, what's your prediction?
I think people will go back to studios.
A lot of people go back to studios.
Yeah. And I think that's huge. And I think that's important. And there's still, it's still special to go to a studio and be physically with people. I mean, I'm super grateful you can do some of it online, but I think I can teach a retreat online, and of course it has an effect, but come to me physically to Portugal and do a retreat with me here, but the effect will be much nicer in the end. You know, I think it needs I don't think that'll go away, unless the world in COVID goes in a way that, which I hope not, there's no choice. But I think if the choice is there to go back to the studios, I don't think the studios need to worry personally.
Yeah. And do you think there's a sort of progression for people in yoga, whereas I see people often come quite young and they might do a more vigorous physical practice, then at a certain point it becomes a bit more somatic, and then often they start meditating a bit more seriously. I've noticed that. You know, they might give up yoga, or they might just be more into the, you know, meditate as a supplement, start doing meditation retreats. Do you think, obviously everyone's journey is different, but there does seem to be some sort of classic journeys I'm noticing now.
Yeah, well, definitely for me, I think what you described is me going from strong practice and liking a bit more handstands and all that kind of thing to, oh, hang on a moment, I'm hitting 40 plus. Things start to change. My body starts to ache. What does my body need right now? To these days, my biggest love is my meditation and sitting still and turning in. So, and teaching it as well. So I've really changed that way, and my practice is way softer and much more functional. And I've completely let go of any form or whatever poses that I feel I need to be able to do, and also because my body has taught me that I can't keep that up and doesn't want it anymore. So,
right. Yeah.
And that comes with age and I suppose experience and injury. But I also see right now a lot of young people also moving towards the more softer
They're
practice.
getting there quicker, I'm noticing.
They're getting there quicker.
They don't have to blow both their hips out at 40. They're learning it. They're doing 2 or 3 years of Ashtanga and then learning at 25. Which I'm impressed with the young people. Like they got the message before I did. You know?
That's it. So I think they're getting there quicker, and also the situation in life at this moment makes people reprioritize what they need and what they want. You know, they don't have that much time, space, and energy left anymore to do the wrong thing. You know, they need to get it right because they don't have. Yeah, they only have so much energy left. So they're gonna maybe hopefully get there a bit quicker. Like what does my system
matters? What one. So also, I'm wondering if they got a lot of the sort of. They've become skeptical of the sort of Instagram thing. They've become skeptical of, getting likes for looking good. Like they sort of grew up with that in a way that I didn't. Like I kind of came to that, realized there was problems associated with it.
Yeah.
I came off social media a couple of weeks ago and I've never felt better. It's
absolutely. Yeah, I hope so. And I think I really hope that everybody's starting to, well, especially the likes and the way it looks and stuff. I mean, it's beautiful and you can see it as art as well, what's happening on Instagram and stuff, but it's not yoga. And I think and it's not that it can't, like, I don't want to say it's not yoga because it could be yoga for certain people. But what bothers me or could bother me about it is that someone who's looking to spiritually grow or let go of tightness and tension and find more peace in their lives might be put off by it and think, oh, that's yoga, so I cannot do yoga.
Athletic, yeah. And it is, I really think it's okay to say something isn't a thing. A carrot is not a banana. That's okay to say that. Yeah. And then it's neither disrespectful to carrots or bananas to say they're not the same. And there's this wonderful book called What Makes You Not a Buddhist, which I think is a really brave title, really brave, bold title, provocative. And I'd love to see that with yoga. Like, what makes it not yoga? Because on the one hand, there's this wonderful, we want to be inclusive. We want to say, hey, who am I to say what yoga is and isn't? And different people have their own dharma, and that's fine. And then I see, wonderful performance art or wonderful gymnastics. And I go, well, can we just not honor that as gymnastics or performance? Yeah. Can we not honor that as that rather than call it?
And they might do that gymnastic with a yogic inside. I don't know that could well be, that they have the concentration and the focus and perhaps the peace to do it. But I suppose it's important how what we say is yoga also to that people can find yoga and what it really is about. It's so I think, what is not yoga to me is purely being in it for what the pose looks like, or being able to get to that pose. So, I can now do the king of the yoga poses, the headstand. So, and that is yoga. That's not, to me, that is not yoga. It's fine to go there. It's fine to do it.
Fine, but it's not yoga.
But it's not yoga.
Yeah, I do pull-ups. That's not yoga. It's pull-ups.
No.
And is the orientation an external appearance or goal? Or is it an internal process? Like for me, that's a very clear distinction. And we can't actually say that about anyone else's yoga because we don't, as you say, if I see someone doing a handstand, their orientation could be internal. It's probably not, but it could be. It could be. But it's sort of not really for me to say. That's what, and can we also not say, if I was to optimize an internal process, I probably wouldn't want a camera on me?
No, exactly. No, but then these days you need the camera on you to show what you're doing, but I totally agree. When I do a yoga pose for a camera, in front of a camera, I'm posing.
Right, so now we're posing because the orientations become external primarily, and of course there's always some mix, right? When you're teaching, you might go backwards and forwards. I like to close my eyes and feel, then open them and look at the class, you know. So it's
when I really teach in front of a camera, I do my yoga, but when I pose for a photograph or do a sort of a something to get it out there, a promotion thing or whatever, no, that's of course not yoga. Then I'm doing something else. And I think that goes for all the Instagram pics as well. It's like,
you can sort of tell if someone's not meditating on those pictures, can't you? Particularly if their knees are up in the air and their hands are doing this. But it's the classic stock photo meditating with the knees up in the air. But it's you can sort of see, can't you? Yeah. Okay, this has been a pleasure. Anything that you haven't touched upon that you'd like to touch upon before we wrap up? Any sort of subjects, specialist things you have strong opinions about, anything we should have said that?
No, I think it's good. I kind of came on and waited for
it felt like a real conversation. Like, there's sort of two types of interviews. There's the ones where I'm interviewing, and there's the ones, actually three, the ones where people are giving a speech, which I don't like, and there's the ones that are more conversations. And sometimes viewers complain that I speak too much during those third ones, but I think it keeps it sort of real when it's a real conversation and not just sort of a one way. It's a relationship, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this has been a total pleasure. In terms of finding you online, I think I've given you some good advertising here, which wasn't my intention. I'm not being paid, but I genuinely like this website.
I did not expect that at all.
I genuinely like this website, so I would recommend people have a look at it. And it's Ekhart, EKH for Harry, ART, yoga.com, right? And anywhere else they should check you out?
No, that's good. You can find me there. And of course, you can always Google my name and you get my Facebook or whatever, but it's good. Just check out Ekhart Yoga and hopefully you'll find some good stuff.
No worries. Closing message about the body.
Say that again?
You have a closing message about the body. That's normally
closing message about the body. Yes, I can do that. I think everything that happens, and I think it's nice if you can sort of relate back to and what is the experience of that in my body. I think that is a really great way to come out of your head a bit and come back into your body and into presence. So even the experience of you, like if you the I amness of you is an experience. Like, what is it like to be you right now? What is the experience of that? If you close your eyes and you just feel, and that, I think that is, if you just can keep coming back to that, you're doing yoga.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today.
All right. Thanks for having me, Mark.